Hi, welcome to my video on the multiplication of fractions. Multiplication of fractions. The product called multiplication of any two or more proper or improper fractions is the product of the numerators over the product of the denominator. A over B times C over D. You multiply A by C and B by D. And A, B, and C, and D belong to the natural numbers. Again, not entertaining any negatives, and so on. Simplify. Let's do A. 3 times 1, 5 times 2. That gives me 3 over 10. 4 times 2, 7 times 3. 8 over 21. Notice we're multiplying the numerators of 2 and 8 over the product of the denominators. 16 and 65. Now we got 3 of them. You go 1 times 3 times 3, 2 times 5 times 7. 9 over 10 times 7, 70. Product of the numerators over the product of the denominators. Practice, see if you get these right. Now you don't have to write them out like I do, but 1 times 4 is 4, 3 times 5 is 15, 10 times 2 is 20, 11 times 7 is 77, 3 times 7 or 7 times 3 is 21, 2 times 40 is 80. And multiply it. 1 times 5 is 5 times 7 is 35. 3 times 4 is 12, times 2 is 24. So just multiplying numerators, multiplying denominators when you have fractions and you're doing a multiplication. Sometimes after multiplying fractions, the product can be reduced to lowest terms. Remember, you always reduce to lowest terms when you're talking about fractions. Simplify each. So, if we go 2 times 1 is 2, 5 times 2 is 10. Notice, 2 and the 2 goes once, 2 and 10 goes 5. 3 times 5 is 15, 5 times 4 is 20. Notice, 5 is a factor, 5 into 15 goes 3, 5 into 20 goes 4. 6 times 2, you're multiplying the numerators and you're multiplying the denominators. 12 and 15 when you multiply. Again, 3 is the GCF here, greatest common factor. 3 into 12 goes 4, 3 into 15 goes 5. 7 times 20 is 140. 30 times 10 is 300. Now we got to reduce this down. We can scratch out the zeros because we're dividing by 10. And then we can divide by 2. 2 into 7, 14 is 7, sorry. 2 into 30 is 15. Multiplying the numerators, we get 32. 8 times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. And 12 divides, 12 into 32. 2 12s are 24, and subtract and you get an 8. So we get 2 and 8 over 12. And that's 2. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 4 goes into 12 3 times. So even after multiplying, improper fractions, we change it to mixed numbers and keep reducing. If you multiply this one, you get 40 times 1 times 3 is 120. And you get 25 times 2 is 50. 50 times 3 is 150. Notice I multiplied the 2 by the 25 first because I seen the 50. It's easier to multiply 3 by 50. Or you can go 6 times 25 to get 125. Again, you divide by 10, so scratch out the zeros. And 3 is a factor of both of these, so 3 divided into 12 is 4, 3 into 15 is 5. So you can practice these now yourself. And then press play when you're finished. 1 times 9 is 9. 3 times 5 is 15. 9 and 15 have a 3 common factor, GCF. 3 and 9 is 3, 3 and 15 is 5. 5 sevens are 35. 7 times 6 is 42. And I see, I see a 7. 7 into 35 goes 5 times. 5 sevens are 35. 7 into 42 goes 6. Multiplying number 3, 8 times 1 is 8. 4 sevens are 28. I see a 2, which is a 2 and 8, 2 and 4, and 28, 14. I see a 2 again, 2 and 7, 2 into both of them. If you divided 4 right away, because 4 is the GCF, 4 and 8 go 2, 4 and 28 goes 7, you would have also did it faster. But again, divided by 2 and then divided by 2 and divided by 3, breaking it down. You're not going to be wrong. 15 times 1 is 15. 20 times 6 is 120. I see a factor of 5 in both of these. 5 into 15 goes 3. 5 into 120 is, I say 15. Let's see, 5. 5 goes into that, 24. And 3 goes into that once, 3 goes into that 8. So, just be careful. 120, yeah, just checking it over. Sometimes I make an error, and you gotta make sure you're doing okay. So, now, you can notice I'm multiplying these. 14 times that is 144. Notice the numbers are getting bigger. 4 eighths is 32. And with 32 going to 144, let's see, 32. Divide by 2, I get 72 over 16. Divide by 2, I get 36 over 8. Divide by 2, I get 18 over 4. Divide by 2, I get 9 over 2. So that's 4. 9 divided by 2 is 4, and 1 left, so it's 4. Notice the bigger the numbers, the more trouble when you multiply them out. But we just follow along, make sure you're doing it right. Again, big numbers. I got 50 times 4 is 200. I have 15 here and 15 there. 15 times 15 is 225. So I'm going to break this down. Divide by 5. So 40. Divide by 5, and I get 45. I see a 5 again. 5 into 40 goes 8. 5 into 45 goes 9. Notice as the numbers get bigger, this method, you still get the right answer, but you just got to be careful. It's harder to break it down. Let's look at an easier way when we're multiplying. Way that I always follow. When multiplying fractions, cancellation can be done first and then you multiply after. Just then, we did these same ones. Now I'm going to do it by canceling first, not multiplying first. Remember, you can cancel in multiplication. Cancel fractions. Watch. You can cancel anywhere, from top to bottom, anywhere. You can cancel from 2 to a 5 or 2 to here. From any numerator to any denominator, anywhere, as long as you're multiplying. So watch. 2 into 2 goes once. 2 into 2 goes once. Now we got ones on the top. 1 over 5. Cancellation, when you're multiplying, makes it easier. Can I cancel here? I'm multiplying. Yes. Do I have? Oh, yes. 5 into 5 goes once. 5 into 5 goes once. Multiply. 3 over 4. If you didn't fully cancel, when you get the answer, you look to see if there's a GCF there. So 3 is prime, so we can't go. Let's look at 6 over 5 and 2 over 3. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 6 twice. Remember, 6 and 3 is like that, in a sense, where you can, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now, we have a 2 times 2 is 4 over 5. 5 is prime, it can't go any lower. Notice the numbers are getting bigger. 10 into 10 goes once, 10 into 20 goes 2. Now we did it this way. We can go 2 and 30. 2 into 2 once, 2 into 30 goes 15. And notice 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 15 is 15. 7 is prime, so it can't go any lower. You can cancel anywhere from top to bottom, numerator to denominator, if you're multiplying. Notice I can cancel 4 into 8 twice right here. Or I can cancel these 4s, your choice. 4 once, so that gives me 8 over 3. And 3 into 8 goes 2, and 2 left over. So it's 2 2/3. I got 3 fractions. You remember, cancel anywhere. I can cancel these 3's here. I can, okay, because they're top and bottom. You're multiplying, so you can cancel top to bottom. I see I can cancel the 2 into 40, or I can cancel the 5 first, and then the 2. I can do 2 first. 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 40 goes 20. Now I see a 20 and a 25. I see 5 as a GCF. 5 into 20 goes 4. 5 into 25 goes 5. So I see a 1, 1, and a 4. So looks like it's fully reduced. Canceled, that is. So I get 4. 4 times 1 times 1. Notice I'm putting, as I cancel them, scratch them out and put a 1 on top. You keep that pattern going. Now you practice these. Cancel when you're multiplying. Cancel first. A rule. Write it down in your notebook. Cancel when you're multiplying fractions. Cancel. Can I cancel? Yes, top to bottom. 3 and 9. Remember, practice. You do these. Check it out if you're right. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 9. 3. Multiply. 3 over 5. Cancel. 7 is on top and bottom. 7 to 7 goes once. 7 to 7 goes once. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 6 is 6. I'm multiplying, so I can cancel. 4 into 4 goes once. 4 into 8 goes 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 7 times 1 is 7. Notice they're prime. Can't go any lower. Now I have a choice. I can go with the 5, top and bottom here, or I can go with the 3 here. Your choice. 5 into 15 goes 3. 5 into 40 goes 8. I'm selecting to do this first. Now I can go with canceling the 3. 3 into 3 once, 3 into 6 twice. I got all 1s on the top, so that's perfect. 1 over 16. So it's your choice. You could go with the 3 first, or you can go with the 2. But it'll always end up to get the same answer. And number 5, cancel. 4 into 4 goes once, 4 into 16 goes 4. 4 into 4 goes once, 4 into 8 goes 2. Again, an option. You can cancel whatever way you want, top to bottom. I get a 9 times 1 is 9, 2 times 1 is 2. Improper, so 2 into 9 goes 4 times 1 left over, so 1 over 2. Many numbers here. Watch. Cancel anywhere. Let's see. I got a 5 here. I can cancel. I can cancel the 5 here. But just for a bit of fun, I'm going to cancel this 5 once, and 5 into 25 is 5. Now I can do this 5. 5 on top. 5 into 5 goes once. 5 into 15 goes 3. And I have a 4 and a 2. 3, they're not, no common factors. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9. So cancellation, very, very important. That's needed when we go on to another topic called rational expressions. In the algebra, students have a lot of trouble, but it's way back here that you understand. If you understand back here, then when you get up there, it makes it easier. In grade, 11, 10 or 11. Canceling first makes the multiplication of fractions easier. Canceling first makes it easier. So canceling first. So if I cancel the 7s, cancel the 6. 7 and the 7s cancel, 6 cancels, and I get 1 over 2. Canceling first makes it much, much easier. Imagine multiplying these numbers out and then trying to reduce. Cancel, break it down. It's easier to cancel first. 4 into 4 goes once, 4 into 8 goes 2. 13 into 13 goes once. 13 to 26 goes 2. 2 into 2 goes once. 2 into 2 goes once. I get a 1 over 1, which is 1. Multiplication of fractions, cancel. 3, 2. 2 into 4 goes 2. 2 into 10 goes 5. 3 into 6 goes 2. 3 into 3 into 9 goes 3. So I have a 15 on top, 4 on the bottom. 4 into 15 goes 3. That gives you 12. 3 left over. Cancel first. Canceling here, I can cancel the zeros because I'm dividing by 10. Now I can cancel the 6 and the 9. 3 into 6 goes 2. 3 into 9 goes 3. Multiply. That's a 1 times 3 is 3 over 10. Much easier. You hear me say cancel first. Now I have, notice I have 2 of these here. Or this, let's look at this one first instead of this one. I did the 10 and the 6. I could have done the 5 and the 5 once, 5 and the 10 2. And then I could have done 2 into 1, 2 into 60 is 30. And then I can do with the 3. 3 into 9 is 3. 3 into 30 goes 10. So notice I'm left with 3 over 10. So as long as you're multiplying, and as long as you cancel anywhere from top to bottom in multiplication, it works. Just take your time. And this one, again, I can cancel wherever I wish. 3 into 6 goes 2. 3 into 9 goes 3. 2 into 2 goes once. 2 into 10 goes 5. And that gives me, 3's are prime, so that can't cancel. 15 over 4. 4, again, notice this one and this one is the same. So I just cancel difference. So that's 3 and 3 over 4. You can cancel whatever way you wish, as long as it's top to bottom and as long as you're multiplying. Repeat. For fractions, cancellation can be done when multiplying. Only when multiplying. Not adding, not subtracting, not dividing. Only cancel when multiplying. Sorry, I just keep repeating, but write it down. Keep it in your head. Math is easy. Just practice, practice, practice. Practice makes you better. When you make an error, find out where your error is. Let's continue. Multiplying mixed numerals. You change each mixed numeral to an improper fraction. Always change in multiplication. Change your mixed numerals to improper fractions. When you do, you cancel if possible. And then you multiply, follow your multiplication rule. Multiply numerators over your denominators and then simplify. But if you got it all canceled, it's already going to be simplified. But you might miss something. So always check the final answer. Here we go. Mixed numeral. 3 5s is 15 plus 1 is 16 over 5. Change your mixed numeral to an improper fraction. Can you cancel? Yes, you're multiplying. Cancel. 5 cancels once. 8 once. 8 twice. 2 over 1, which is 2. 12 times 1 times 12 plus 5 is 17 over 12. Again, note 1 times 12 is 12 plus 5. Now, notice the 12 is over 1. Understood. So it's top and bottom. So if I left the 12 there, the 12 is understood to be over 1. I didn't have to put over 1, but now you can see that that's the numerator that cancels, that's the denominator. They cancel. And you get a straight 17 over 1, which I didn't have to write down. I could have wrote down just 17. But I wrote 17 on top, 1 on the bottom, just to show you get 17. Mixed numerals to improper fractions. 28 plus 2 is 30 over 7. Times 1 times 5 is 5 plus 3 is 8 over 5. Multiplying, cancel. 5 into 5 goes once, 5 into 30 goes 6. And that gives me 6 8s are 48 over 7. And 7 nines are 49. So it's a 6, 42, and 6 left over. Again, divide it out with your 7 into 48, or use your calculator. 7 here goes 6 times. 6 sevens are 42, and you get 6 left over. If you use a calculator, you'll get 6 point dot dot dot. So you know it's going to be a 6. So the calculator gives you 6 decimals something something. So what you do, you take the 6 and say 6 sevens are 42 and say what's left over. Then you get your 6. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. You're multiplying, so you cancel. 2 and 2 goes once. 7 and the 7 goes once. 7 and the 21 goes 3. Cancellation is done. On the top is 1 times 1. On the bottom is 1 times 3. Cancellation when you're multiplying. 1 times 9 is 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 over 9. 6 over 10. Cancel. 10s cancel. 10 to 10 once. 10 to 10 once. 3 goes into 6 twice. 3 goes into 9, 3. Multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. Notice? Very easy to cancel when you're multiplying. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9 over 4 times 2 over 9. And again, math works out nicely. You don't have to have complicated numbers. You want a bit of fun, yes, but as long as you understand. So cancel anywhere from top to bottom. The 9s cancel. 9 to 9 goes once. 9 to 9 goes once. 2 and 4, 2 and the 2 goes once. 2 and the 4 goes 2. So that gives me 1 times 1 is 1 over 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3 over 2 is an improper fraction. 3 over 7. Now you notice I got 3's on top, no factor of the 3's on the bottom, so I can't cancel. I just got to multiply. 9 over 14. No cancellation. I'm not going to cancel all the time, but I drive home cancellation to make it easier. We have all multiplication. Let's start. Change them first. Change them to improper fractions. 1 times 2 plus 1 is 3 over 2. 1 times 6 plus 3 is 9 over 6. Now I have all multiplication. So I'm allowed to cancel anywhere from top to bottom. So I see a 9. I look here and I see a 4 and I see a 2 here. So I can cancel 2 into 4 goes 2. 2 into 2 goes once. I have a 2 here, so I look again. Oh, I see a 6. So I cancel 2 into 2 goes once. 2 into 6 goes 3. I got a 1 here. Now I pick up the 3. 3 here. Top and bottom. 3 into 3 goes once. 3 into 3 goes once. All the top is 1, 1, 1, 1. So multiply to give you 1. And the bottom is 1 times 1 times 1 times 5. Yep. Cancellation. Very important when you're multiplying. Makes it easier. Now, you do some practice and see if you can get these right. If you get these right, then you know what you're doing. Here we go. 8 plus 1 is 9 over 2. Time I finish all these, you should have a handle on what you're doing. Cancel the 2's, top and bottom. So that gives me 9 over 11. Can't reduce. 11 is prime. 1 2/3 is 1 times 3 is 3 plus 2 is 5 over 3 times 6. Notice the 6 can be put over 1. In that case, I can cancel. 3 into 3 goes once, 3 into 6 goes 2. That gives me 5 times 2 is 10 over 1, which is 10. 1 times 15 plus 1 is 16 over 15. 12 plus 3 is 15 over 4. Notice the 15s cancel. 4 cancels once, and 16 4 times. I got 4 over 1, which is 4. 3 over 20 is okay. And I get 14 plus 6 is 20. 20s cancel. top and bottom, because I'm multiplying. 3 and 7 can't, so I get 3 times 1 is 3, 1 times 7 is 7. Their primes can't cancel. Multiplying, change your mixed numeral to improper fractions. 12 plus 5 is 17. You should be able to do that. 1 times 17 plus 1 is 18. 17s cancel. 1, 1. 6 cancels into both. 6 into 6, 1. 6 into 18, 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. And 3 over 1 is 3. Again, mixed numerals. 2 improper. 1 times 15. 15 plus 8 is 23. 5 over 23. Notice the 23s can cancel top and bottom. 5 can cancel top and bottom. 5 into 5 once, 5 into 15, 3. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. And number 7, change. 3 times 10 is 30, 33 over 10. 1 times 22, 22 plus 3 is 25. Now I see a 5. First thing pops out. 5 into 10 goes 2. 5 into 25 goes 5. Notice I see double digits, single digits. So because that's a 2 and a 2, I can divide by 2 and I'll get 11. And there's 11 here because it's single digits. 3 goes into 33, 11. So 11 is down here as a factor. Divide, you get 2. 11 into 33 is 3. And I get all canceled. 3 and 5 are prime, so I get 5 times 3 is 3 times 5, 2 times 2, and 4 into 15 goes 3 times, so just divide. 4 into 1 can't go, 4 into 15 goes 3. 3 4s are 12, and you subtract and you get a 3. So you get 3 left over, you put it over 4. Check. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Yep. All multiplications looks difficult, but 6 plus 2 is 8. Don't have to change. 9 over 14. 30 plus 5 is 35 over 6. Notice 5 times 6 plus 5. Don't have to change. So I have what? I have the mixed number changed to an improper fraction. Now cancel anywhere from top to bottom. Let's start here. I normally start right here and look for it on the bottom. 8. No 8. Oh, I see a 2. 2 into 8 goes 4. 2 into 14 goes 7. Okay? Now, what else do I see? I see a 4 and a 6. A 4 and a 6. 4 into 4 goes 2. 4 into 6 goes 3. Any more even numbers? Nope, so I leave the 2 alone. I see a 9. A 9 got a 3, so I can cancel here. 3 into 3 goes once. 3 into 9 goes 3. I see a 3 here and here, top and bottom. Notice I'm multiplying. Cancel anywhere. A 1 and a 1. Now I keep coming across. They're all 35 and 50. Oh, yes, 35 and 15. 5 into 35 goes 7. 5 into 15 goes 3. So I got a 2 and a 7 and a 2. Oh, I see a 7. 7 top and bottom. 7 into 7 once. 7 into 7 once. So I have a 2, 1, 1, 2. So that's, notice I should have kept it down here working it out. So I got a 1 and a 1, a 2 and a 2. So that's a 4 when I multiply. And a 3. So notice, very important to cancel. Very important to cancel. Now, it's always good to practice the order of operations. PEMDAS or BEDMAS. And that's, use your brackets or exponents first. Brackets or parentheses, whatever you want. That's first. Then you do your E as exponents next. Then you do addition or multiplication, division or division multiplication, depending which way, it doesn't make any difference. Multiplication, division, oops, D, that's a D, multiplication, and division, left to right. And then last is add or subtract from left to right. That's just a review. So look at this. I have no brackets, no exponents, so I multiply. When multiplying fractions, you cancel. 3's cancel, and I get 2 over 5. I got to multiply this next before I add. So 7's cancel, 1 and 1, I get 1/5. I did my multiplication first, so the common denominator is 5, so 2 plus 1 is 3. Number 2, 1 1/4, I have to work up my bracket first, so 6 over 8. So 1 1/4, 8 becomes, 6 over 8 becomes 3 over 4, because I divide by 2. Can't subtract here, so I make that. 1 plus 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Make it improper. So that gives me a common denominator of 4. 5, subtract 3 is 2. 2 over 4 is 1 over 2, divided by 2. I multiply before I add, so 2 and 2/7. Add on, I cancel. 3 into that goes once, 3 into that goes 5. 5 and 5 goes once, 5 and 20 goes 4. So I have 4 over 7. I have to add, so 2 is all by itself, and I add my fractions. Common denominator is 7, so I get a 6. No number to add, it's 0 here, so we don't have to worry about it. Just a 2 and add your fractions. Number 4, I have to do my multiplication first. So I get 3 and 1/3, add on, but before I multiply, I have to change it to 1 times 5 is 5 plus 3. I have to change it to an improper fraction. So I'm multiplying first, but I have to change it. Now I can cancel. 5 into 5 goes once, 5 into 5 goes once, 2 into 6 goes 3, 2 into 8 goes 4. So that gives me 3 and 1/3. That gives me 4 over 3 minus 2/3. So I can leave the 4 over 3. I can change it to 1 and 1/3 if I want. It's your choice. But my common denominator is 3, so everything is okay. So I can add these two. So that gives me 3 and 5 over 3. Subtract 2 over 3. And when I subtract, I get 3 and 5 subtract 2 is 3 over 3. Common denominator is 3 plus 1. I get a 4. Again, there's 3 in all of these, so I didn't have to get a common denominator is already done, so I just add and subtract in order. Number 5, 6 over 11. I have to work up my bracket first, inside of the bracket. So I have to do this multiplication first. Change it. 22 plus 3 is 25 over 22. Because I'm going to multiply, I will change it to improper. Done. Now I will cancel. Because I'm multiplying, I got to cancel from top to bottom. 25, 25, 1, 1. 2 into that goes 2. 11. So that gives me 1 times 2 is 2. 11 times 1 is 11. So notice, I did the multiplication inside first, broke it right down to 2 over 11. So that gives me 6 over 11. Subtract 2 to take away 1 is 1 over 11. Common denominator is 11 already, so 2 minus 1. Now I subtract these. 6 minus 1 is 5 over 11. So just the order of operations on these fractions. Just be careful. Follow PEMDAS. And number 6, I have to multiply first, and then I got to do this multiplication. There's no brackets, there's no exponents, so multiply. When I multiply, that 12 is over 11. I can cancel in multiplication once, twice. That gives me a 10. Now I got 3 multiplications. Cancel. 15 is over 1. Understood. 5 into 5 goes once. 5 into 15 goes 3. I got a 9. I got 2 3s here. So both of those 3s make 9. So 3 into 3 goes once. 3 into 9 goes 3. 3 into 3 goes once. 3 into 3 goes once. So I could have said There's a 9, and 9 has scratched all these out. So 1 times 1 is 7. 7 over 1 is 7. So that becomes 17. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my video on multiplication of fractions. If you did, click on the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, and if you want, write a comment. And also visit my website, mathfullyexplained.com. You'll get information about me, my degrees, my experiences in teaching math, my videos. There'll be information on teaching strategies used excuse me, in this section. And the content section, the content section, you'll have the topics, number of videos on the topics, and the topics completed will be in black font, and the topics to be completed will be in red font. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.